Releasing music, but not actually getting results. You release a song, maybe get a couple of thousand listens, but that's it. You can't fill a venue. You can't sell any merchandise. You can't really increase your following, and your stream's only coming through from the same audience. You're not alone. Releasing music and getting an audience to engage with you on every single release is difficult, but there might be a reason that no one's listening. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 key reasons that people are not listening to your music. The first reason people aren't listening to your music is because you probably haven't promoted it enough. When a track drops, a lot of artists expect everything to happen on release day. You expect to get an editorial playlist immediately. You expect to go viral on TikTok. You expect to just get millions of streams, but it doesn't work like that. Nowadays, in this digital era, a song doesn't really grow old. You can keep promoting a song for as long as you wish. If you still think there's potential there, still promote it. A perfect example of this is The Killers. Their debut release was Mr. Brightside, and the release flopped. Fast forward a few months and they released Somebody Told Me, which obviously went crazy. They re-released Mr. Brightside with a new music video. It charted immediately. They knew the song had potential, so they continued to promote it. And that was in 2003. So now in 2021, you can be doing even more. There are so many possibilities to promote your music. There are so many opportunities. You can be creating content on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. You can be pitching it to a number of tastemakers across many platforms. You never know when a song is going to do well, it's going to blow up. So just because on release day it may not have done well, doesn't mean you give up then. The second reason that you don't really have the listeners is because you may be promoting it to the wrong people. So you in your head probably know what your target audience is. You might be thinking the perfect person to listen to my music and enjoy it would be a 25-year-old guy that's really into going to the gym. You might in your mind have the perfect target audience who you know will love your music. However, you're not always right. Just because you think your music is going to work with that audience doesn't always mean that audience will enjoy it. So if you find you are promoting to an audience and it's not really doing that well, you need to explore other possibilities. And the best way to do this is to use social media advertising. I'd highly suggest running a promo video and running it to different audiences, different demographics, different genders, different countries, and seeing who is more likely to engage. Obviously, countries kind of differ in price, so I would keep it to English speaking countries, but you can just play around with different age groups, different genders, different hobbies, and you might find the audience you thought was your target audience isn't actually your target audience. And don't be disheartened. The fact that you found your target audience is great because it means moving forward, you can use that information to promote to the right people. As well as fans, you also need to consider the tastemakers that you're going out to. The blogs, the playlists, the radio stations, the radio shows, the influencers. You might be getting these things and not really seeing results, or you might not be getting these things. And if you're not getting these things, it's probably because you're going out to the wrong tastemakers. Blogs often do give feedback and quite detailed feedback. So if they are telling you it's not a good fit for a certain reason, listen to them. The third reason that no one is listening to your music is because you haven't released enough of it. How often have you found a song that you like, whether that's come on a playlist or you've heard it on the radio, and you go to their Spotify profile and they actually only have 2 other songs? You want to be able to listen to a full catalog of music. Plus, every time you release a song, you're growing your audience that little bit more. So if you've only released 2 songs, how do you expect to have a huge audience? There was a study done on successful artists, and they found that the average amount of songs you had to release before you were popular and successful and had people talking about you was 32 songs. You had to have released 32 songs before you were successful. But you've got to remember as well, this study was done on artists who are signed to major labels and are actually successful. So that number probably is a little bit smaller than it actually is. Those artists have funding, they have contacts, they have a label behind them that can push them faster. So 32 songs at minimum. I'll put money on it, you've not released 32 songs. And if you have released 32 songs, let me know in the comments and I will apologize because well played. But most artists aren't patient. They release 1 song, 2 songs, maybe even an EP or album, and then call it a day because they haven't got fans yet. Each song can be used as a marketing tool. It can be used to grow that audience that little bit more. So be patient with it and just keep releasing. The fourth reason that you are not getting listeners is because you're focusing on the wrong thing. And this one is something I hear way too often. Artists focusing on social media numbers, just streams, focusing on making the most perfect music video or featuring in blogs. If you're focused on the ego things which are more about your appearance, you will really struggle to get listeners. You just want to appear like you're a successful artist when really you're not that successful. The things that matter are your fans, even if there are only 10. You might have 10 fans right now. 10 more than maybe another artist. So those 10 fans, you really need to engage with. You need to be talking to them in DMs. You need to be replying to all your comments, sending them personalized messages, whether that's a voice note or a video. Word of mouth is still the most powerful marketing method. So those fans that you do have, you have to take advantage of and not just focus on the new fans constantly. To grow, you need to keep those existing fans. So don't focus on the stupid things. Don't focus on putting all your money into a music video, all your money into a photo shoot. Yes, you need those things later down the line, but realistically in the early stages when you have no listeners and no fans, those things don't matter because who's going to watch your music video if you don't have any fans? The final reason that no one is listening to your music, and this one is a little bit savage, but is the truth. The music may not be good enough. There are 60,000 tracks uploaded to Spotify every single day. Are you telling me that every single song is good? People may not be listening to your music because the quality may not be good enough. It may be recorded really badly. You may not have it mixed and mastered yet. Or the song isn't well written. The quality of the music is key because you can market something, you can shove so much money at it, but if the actual product, the song isn't good enough, no one's going to listen. I hope you found this video useful and it answers the question, why is no one listening to my music? And if it did answer that question, make sure to put below what you're going to be doing next to ensure that you are getting those listeners. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.